Broadcasting live in 185 countries, 6 3/4 continents, on the International Space Station, and carried on both Voyager Golden records. It's the Weekly Rumble, where we place 4 YouTubers in a cage with a live lion. Oh wait, that's not how this works? The Weekly Rumble, where we pit the wits and opinions of 4 YouTubers against each other. Well, Chris Knight dishes out the points, or takes them away. Without further BS, here is your host, Chris Knight.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight. This is the Rumble. We dropped the weekly, and we've done a lot of things to try to change this up because of people like Madmartigan there, who hates the way that it was being scored because the points didn't mean anything, and people bitch, mostly him. But I've invited him on here to see if he's going to bitch.
But I wasn't alone in it, right? I just wanted it to matter. That's all.
I mean, hey, listen, people got certificates, people won based off of points, but this is how it is now. We will be giving points out and we will make them count. That is it. There is no other no
wheel of destiny
points, no wheel of points, no final winner wheel, nothing like that. There is still a wheel.
You think
there is still a wild card wheel, but not anything where it's decided by a wheel spin. It's all points based now. So basically,
you're welcome.
We got let me rearrange you guys. Let's see here. I'm gonna put you there. All right, we're gonna do this. Okay. Oh yeah, because let's go over the new rules really quick. Typically in the past, it was 2 topics from each panelist and 2 from myself. Tonight, it'll be that way, but from this point on, it'll only be 2 topics from each panelist. And there will only be 3 topics picked now, not 5 topics. So 3 topics to cut down the time it takes, try to make things concise. And the Wheel of Time now will only have a 1, 2, 3 minute time on it. Now, we'll get to that here in a minute, but those times stay on permanently. They do not come off. So it'll only be that. Each round now, we will spin the wheel of names to see who starts that round. Once your name has been picked, it gets taken off. So only 3 people will actually start a round. You still get to have a mulligan. Your mulligan, if you use it and add 1 minute, you get double your score. The judges, I got 2 judges right now, but typically I'm going to try to have 3 judges. Whatever the judge's score is, it's automatically doubled if you've used your mulligan and you add a minute to the time spun. There are going to be 3 mystery judges. These judges will not be given out. The names won't be given out unless they decide they want to say something to the person who's been responding to the question, at which point they can come up on the panel and they have to reveal who they are.
Why do they have to reveal who they are?
Because I said.
Okay.
There's still a lot of that going on here. No, that's not LDG, actually. LDG was supposed to be, but he is not here.
So then we only have 2 judges.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So, those judges will be giving you 1 to 30 points based off of 3 things. Use of time is worth 10 points. Overall comment, message, or ability to get your way through the topic, that's worth 10 points. And stay on target, be respectful to the original question. Even if you have a negative opinion about it, use that opinion in your comment, and that's worth 10 points. So that is the new rules.
So it doesn't matter if we're right. Like if we're right about what we're saying, is as long as we make it seem as though we know what we're talking about and don't go, we're good to go.
Not necessarily. If you are BSing purposely, then you could lose points. No, you could lose points.
So you have to accidentally BS to get the 10 points?
No, you just have to hide it well.
Okay.
Well, if you don't want to take it seriously, that's fine.
No, I know, but how do you like? So how do you get the 10 points?
I don't know.
You're not letting anyone know that you're BSing.
Because you don't have to BS. It states either your message or your comments make sense to the topic,
Okay.
or at least you try to make it make sense. So if you don't know about it, like if we go into English polo or something, and you don't know anything about English polo, as long as you can try to make it sound like you know. But if you know something, why not tell people what you know? I mean, come on.
I don't like Judge One. They already seem biased.
Well, that's great. What did Judge One say?
Don't worry, we're not biased, which is what a biased person would say.
Maybe. Hey, Nindroid, Trap, Poe, good to see you guys. Zach, good to see you too. All right. Now, with that, I had to change the wildcard wheel because the wildcard wheel had some stuff on it, like the wheel of winners, which is gone. The wheel of final points is gone. And the points do matter is gone because, well, the points matter. So we took that off. We've added, there's still the steal a mulligan. There is still a no mulligan where all panelists lose the mulligan. There's still a locked in on time where I spin the wheel to see what time you are locked in on. Now there is this, there's also the swap points for a round. And now there's a new one. Give your mulligan. That means you give your mulligan to a panelist of your choice, and you have to do that. And that will be something we spin for to see who has to do that if that's picked. Ask for a respin is still the same. If you don't like the topic, you can ask for a respin. Free skip. You can skip any question you want if you get that, and you will be given an automatic 60 points. That's actually going to be 30 points off of the top score you could get if we had 3 judges. And tonight, I'll be gracious, and that'll just be a perfect score. We'll just keep it like that if anybody gets it. Then we take the 3-minute time off. And then there's an automatic double of points. Choose any round to automatically double the judge's score. Lose a mulligan. Everybody loses their mulligan. Only receive half points. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we have a new one called the LDG. The LDG, you automatically start with negative 50 points. Steal 50 points. You can steal 50 points from any person at any time that you want.
When do we spin this wheel? Like,
here in a second. Is
it just one time, like that we spin?
Yeah.
It? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's at the beginning. It's the same thing we've always done. Extra mulligan. Everybody gets a mulligan, an extra mulligan. The immunity. Now, immunity means nobody can take anything from you. You don't lose, you don't have to be set on a time. Basically keeps you away from anything on the wild card wheel. If that gets picked, and if you get picked, we have to spin the wild card wheel again to get a wild card. So just so you know. Now we have the 4-minute time. Double your points in any round. Add the 4 and 5-minute time. Only 3-minute time. That means the whole time we only use 3 minutes, and then add 5 minutes. That's what we have on the wild card wheel. We will start with that. Well, let's go. I think this is the wild card right there. And make sure I'm sharing.
Dandelion is funny. Is it spinning? Is this part of the spin?
No.
No, he hasn't spun.
Jesus.
I'll turn that down for you.
Thank you. Does that say my name on it?
No. It says lose a mulligan.
Sorry, I couldn't see it. It's too small.
Yep. Okay, we're going to lose a mulligan. That means we have to spin to see who loses the mulligan. Go to the wheel of names.
It's feeling a little set up right now. Never mind. It feels okay.
Stop. No.
May have jumped the gun on the biases of this wheel.
Well, I expect this as a 5-time consecutive loser. I expect the first spin to me to lose a mulligan, so I expect this.
Jesus, you're worse than the 90s Buffalo Bills. Like, what do you...
Yeah. All right. Chris is secretly just spinning the wheel of points and not telling you, Matt. No, actually, I have people in the private chat that are the judges and stuff. So
wait, it does say lose a Mardigan, doesn't it, Judge One?
It's not even how
you lose the mulligan, Elihu. That's how it goes. All right. So we have the wheel of time. We have I hit the wrong damn thing. I hate when I do this. Geez. Thank you, people Here we go. All right, there's the wheel of topics. Let's move that over there. All right, let's see who goes first in this round. Elihu.
Hey.
We will take your name off of there. And let us spin the wheel of topics.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
What used to be recognized as ephemeral escapism, entertainment, and nerd culture is now a flashpoint for rival political and social factions with real-world consequences. Will we see a mass exit from these spaces? If so, what alternatives are available for those who do leave? We'll take that off. We'll put that into the chat so you know what the question is.
Yeah. Somebody edited that. It's supposed to be as an ephemeral escapism.
And A is proper in that. It doesn't matter.
They didn't use either one. It would be A and because E is a vowel.
As in itself, it's a singular thing, so you don't actually need an and or an A. But that's all right. Elihu.
Yes.
You're going first this time. So let's see how long you have to talk about it. Three minutes. Let's add the 3 minutes. All right. Are you ready?
I think so. I hope so.
Do you understand the question?
Kinda.
Would you like to ask the man above you who wrote the question what he's looking for?
I had a feeling Madmartigan wrote this question. Dude, what do you mean, man?
Stop looking up exactly. What? Like it says, will we see a mass exit, like people leaving the current platforms that everybody uses? Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and if so, then what are they leaving? What are they going to?
Okay, I understand now. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay.
3 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, as a clarification for that question, I had to actually look up that word ephemeral. In case anybody's not familiar with that, that actually means having a very short life cycle. Some people basically have short life cycles on Twitter because they tweet something and people are discouraged and they get banned or blocked for Twitter. I'm going to take NBA Geek, for instance. I do not agree with him politically, but he's one hell of a cool-ass dude. He's a cool dude. He tweets his own political opinions, and people flag him because they find it inappropriate of his own political behavior or his own personal belief. He keeps on, he's about to give up, like, no, dude, you need to get another Twitter account and try again. Keep on trying again. He's getting tired of social media being blocking for his own personal opinions, like other people are. I mean, you have this other platform, I totally forgot the name of it, that the past president had that got pulled as well as Twitter. I forgot what it was called. Even he got socially shunned from everybody and had to go to another platform. I mean, granted, I did not like the guy. I did not agree with his political policy and not agree with his tweets. But still, the guy should not have been banned from Twitter. I mean, unless somebody who's actually tweeting hate speech, violent suggestions, violence towards somebody, an individual or a group, yeah, ban them from Twitter. But people are running away because their political opinions or their personal ideas are being blocked or trolled. People need to be strong about this. I'm like, yeah, you're going to get trolls on Twitter. You're going to get trolls on Facebook. You're going to get trolls on TikTok. You can get trolls everywhere, even on YouTube. But you got a community that you belong to, right? On Twitter, you got your friends, people you follow. You can use those people for support as well. I mean, you don't have to actually give up and run away from social media just because people are being mean to you. I mean, if basically the word how do you pronounce that word exactly? Ephemeral. Thank you.
Ephemeral.
That word, yeah. It's a trend. It basically means a transit, passing, short-lived passing. Yeah. People thought Twitter was going to be a short-lived fad. It's like, who wants to read about me eating pizza every single time I get pizza? That fad turned out to be one of the way that people actually communicate. News is spread. Political information is spread. Parties are spread through social media now. I mean, this is a way that people actually communicate. People get the news through social media rather than actual television local news. You got local news has their own platforms now. I mean, if you're tired of people trolling you on political social media platforms, please don't give up. I mean, you got a community to go with. Just don't give up on Twitter. Just Facebook, because they do track you.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Let's go to the private chat and Judge 1 and 2. Judge 1 has given you 27 points. And Judge 2 is going to give you 15.
Are you Judge 2?
Who?
You.
No.
That's
I'm
weird.
not either. I'm not either, Judge.
I just heard you type and then it popped up.
I typed in the 27 first because that came up first. Let's see here. 15, 32, so 42 points altogether. Almost typed in 420, which you would have been happy with.
Yes, I would have.
All right, but now there's the 42.
Well, Deej adds 420 for me, so Deej, smoke them up, man.
All right. Matt, stop being paranoid. Gotta love it. All right. So we're going to go down to Austinator. Austinator, you are next. 3 minutes. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. Your time starts now.
All right. So when it comes to social media and this whole major exit, personally, this shit is just, and it's just been a long time coming at this point. I mean, and the biggest problem with this is that in 2021, not a lot of people have jobs due to this certain predicament that I'm not going to say out loud because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But people have too much time on their hands and they're overanalyzing shit and they're going, and like Elihu Who said, people are now getting attacked for their personal opinion. And they're even getting fucking chat on for even stuff that they work on and things that they have to say or they have to do. Now, when it comes to politics, I would prefer that people don't speak it at all, because at this point, it's like a double-edged sword. If you say the wrong thing, people will go after you, no matter what side you're on. And now people are getting attacked because their comic book covers they don't agree with it, this is shit from like a few years ago. So it's really annoying when I'm seeing stuff from like 10, 20 years ago. Now people are giving a shit about, but they didn't give a shit about it back then. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, comic book covers, cartoon characters, what's next? People on cookbooks? People, who are doing shit for money? Or people... I don't get it. And even, like, political people, like, as far as politics go, I always say this. If you know shit about politics, sure, you can talk about it. But when it comes to celebrities and when it comes to people who aren't necessarily in the world of politics, I always say keep your mouth shut, because there's no reason to talk about it. Because if you talk about politics and you don't know, you sound stupid. And it comes off like you're doing it for attention. And you know what? I have to say, a lot of this stuff is because people want attention. Because they got nothing better to do than twiddle their thumbs on a keyboard and eat their Cheetos in their mom's, well, I wouldn't say their mom's basement, but in their house. And they're going to do this until they get what they want, and it's going to affect everybody. So as far as people wanting a way out, I personally say more power to them, because social media, I use it to plug my stuff and maybe give the occasional tweet. And right now, social media is dividing us more than ever. So it's, taking a break for a little bit Probably a good thing.
All right, let's go to the private chat to see what your judges are going to give you. I see 30. Holy crap, 30. Look at that. 30 and 29, 59 points. Mr. College Educated decided to break it out. Up next, Deej. 3 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, I guess.
Yes. Nah. All right, here we go. Time starts now.
All right, so the main part of the question was, will we see a mass exit from these spaces? No, I do not think we will see a mass exit. We will see a little bit of exit here and there. The main ones that'll exit will be the ones that get tired of being banned all the time. But inherently, people like the conflict on some of these spots, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to keep fighting. The only way that they're going to get rid of these people is the way they keep doing and changing the rules to where they're finally going to get banned every time they try to speak. So no, I don't see that there's going to be a mass exit. There's not that many places to go. And some of these spots that they can go to are going to turn into talking point echo chambers, and they're going to get bored with those spots because they have nobody to fight with. People like conflict. That's what it boils down to. So we're not going to see. I just, where else would they go? Parlor? Odyssey? Those places aren't that big right now, and people are going to get tired of it because, it's kind of like we have certain friends in the community that thought going from YouTube to Twitch would be a smart idea. It's not. Twitch is just as bad as YouTube. You're going to find that all these places, and then once one of these sites get popular, then you're going to get the infiltrators that go in to mask flag things that you say, or start their whining and cause boycotts or put pressure on other companies to get these things shut down. It's all the same thing, folks. There's no mass exit. I just don't see it happening. We can hope that there's a spot that'll give free speech, but until certain rules that apply to all these companies are put down on them, you're not going to find it. You're not going to be able to just run away. You're going to put up with it everywhere you go. And in my final thought that I can put out there, O'Doyle rules. That's all I can say, folks.
What rules?
O'Doyle rules.
Oh, God, no.
I got a feeling you and your whole family's going to go down.
All right, 25 from Judge 1. Let me get the scoreboard up here. 25 from Judge 1 and 20 from Judge 2. Judge 2 hates you, just so you know.
I know. I knew the polling lied when it had me winning.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't do that either.
But Deej,
on Chaos Central, if you go to Chaos Central's YouTube or Twitter at Central Chaos, there was a poll today on who would win, and Deej was the favorite. In fact, last I checked, it was like, what was the percentage?
Deej is at 50%.
Mm-hmm. Tell Mad where he's at.
All right, Mad. You want it? All right, Mad. All right. So the poll results, now you're at a whopping 7.7%.
Okay.
Deej went down to 46.2%. Elihu is at 30.8%. and some Captain Trek was at 15.4.
All right, Matt, it is your turn. You have 3 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
Go.
So the biggest issue here is the exit. There aren't a lot of options to go to, and it's because it's almost monopolized between Google and the Alphabet and Twitter. Like these platforms have such a control over the access that there aren't a lot of options out there. Like if you remember when Parler first came on, they got taken down so quickly. They're back now, but like what the momentum that they had is completely lost. And that's one of the issues with this. Now, if you look at some of the, I believe the Supreme Court, there was an opinion about Twitter being used almost like how telephones are, you know, that it's they're not a publisher and they can't just dictate what people say. It has to be used. It has to be open for everybody to use in whatever way they want. Just like how when you call someone, you know, there's nobody that is telling you what you can and cannot say in different rules for different people and all of that, right? There are, you know, you can't do certain things, like you can't mail people certain things, and you can't use like telephones to make threats, so forth and so on. All those things apply, right? The issue is that there isn't anywhere else to go, and so people are actually just kind of stuck using these platforms where they risk not only losing their access to those platforms, but also anything that they say can come back and hurt them in a very real way, either financially, physically, and so you're really putting yourself at risk going onto Twitter or whatever and saying your opinion about something. Now, someone mentioned that if you don't know anything about politics or whatever, then you really shouldn't say it. Yeah, that's good advice, but that's not the way like it should work, though. I want dumb people to say dumb shit because now we know they're dumb. You get what I'm saying? Like, the great thing about having a platform like Twitter and allowing people to say the shit that they say is because now we know who to avoid. And now we know, like, oh, okay, yeah, you're cuckoo bananas. Like, I got you. You know what I mean? You don't want those people to leave. Every time they start trying to deplatform any group of people, and like if deplatforming people does not work, all it does is like now we don't know what they're up to. You want them to be in the light, because if they're in the light, well, then you can counter whatever it is that they're saying with better arguments, right? The best way to combat speech that is unfavorable or speech that's just wrong is with better speech, not with hiding or not with pushing them off of platforms and pushing them underground. That's not the way it should work. And since there's no other avenue for people to go and use a platform like Twitter or Facebook, we're just stuck in this perpetual cycle of being deplatformed, or making sure you follow all the rules that are said and unsaid.
Hey, Chris, you pulled the JJ and muted yourself.
Yeah, I was drinking and I didn't want the ice to go. Okay, well, we got the scorecard over here, and the judges say 29 and 25 for a total of 54. Not bad. And first round is done. Matt at 54, Elihu Who at 42, Deej at 45, and Austinator at 49. Shows you what college education does for you. All right, let's just go ahead and we're going to stop the screen for a second, and we're going to go ahead and let you guys talk about yourselves. And let me see here. I got to get my cheat card here. Oh yeah, here we go. First up is Madmartigan, self-proclaimed 6-time The Rumble champ. Self-proclaimed because he doesn't have one of those lovely, lovely winner certificates that so many other people do have now. But he's going for one tonight so he can be an official Rumble champion.
Yeah, no,
right?
I was a pioneer of this game. Like I set the standard that you people, like you're standing on the
Gold
shoulders
standard
of giants, and it's my shoulders you're standing on. I am the motherfucking Rumble. Sorry.
Well, hey, tell everybody about yourself and where you're from and what you're doing and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
Tell them about Street Smarts.
Yeah, I'm Madmartigan. I'm a Leo. I don't really care for walks on beaches, like because you're in sandals and it gets under your feet. But then if you're wearing shoes, you have socks. It just makes the whole thing just worse. Saturday we have a very special episode of Street Smarts. It's going to be part 1 of Miami Connection, and it's going to be a blast. We're going to have ETEP from the place for reviews of. We're going to have ETEP on from his channel, and yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We do another show on Wednesday. We're going to change it a little bit to where, because like it's really hard to grow when you can't tag anything because nobody's looking for a Mr. T after school special from 1989 or whatever the fuck it was, doing like, you know, breakdancing. So we're going to have to do like current, like, you know, relevant topics, but we're going to do it reluctantly, and we're going to do a bad job at it. So it should be fun. And that's going to be on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central. Street Smarts is on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central. Also, you can check out our producer Kep. He'll drop his 5-minute videos here and there on the channel, and I've done 1 7-minute daily video in like the past 2 months. So you can expect another one of those 7-minute daily videos, which is where I review Culture Casino's 6-minute video, and then Kip's is a 5-minute review of my review of Culture Casino's 6-minute review.
You need somebody to do a 4-minute, a 3-minute, a 2-minute, and a 1-minute.
Barber,
like a third. Okay.
Barber's going to do a 3-minute review of Kip's 5-minute review of my 7-minute review of Culture's 6-minute review. So it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Great. Excellent. All right. Up next is Elihu Who, 5-time runner-up here on the Rumble. 5-time runner-up. As Matt would like to say, he's one-upped the 90s Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills? I'm not that bad.
Well, listen, they went to the Super Bowl 4 times. Yeah. They went 4 times in a row, and they lost all 4 times. You have gone 5 times.
Yeah. John Kelly didn't even have it that bad. I don't know if you've seen how his life turned out.
Worse than the Bills.
All right, Elihu, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found, please.
Okay, I am a YouTuber. I'm a Schrodinger's YouTuber because I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And I can also be found Wednesdays, 12 noon, specifically 12 noon, with my show called What's Up with the Universe, where I talk science, astronomy, astrophysics, all that fun stuff that you look up in the sky and go, what the hell is that? So.
All right.
Is it Jim Kelly? I think I always say his name wrong. What's quarterback?
It is Jim Kennedy. It is Jim Kelly, but the thing is nobody really thinks about it because, well, he lost 4 times in the Super Bowl and his life has gone to hell. God.
Like his kids have all kinds of new diseases they've never seen before. Like his wife died. My God, God has never hated anyone more than this man. Like, no. Oh my
You're
God.
Right. You're right. You're right.
He's a Cowboys fan. God.
Yeah. All right. Up next is Deej Odyssey, Best in Show for Pink Bunny Onesie. Always a great pleasure to have you on here, Deej. Why don't you tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found?
I'm the odd one. You can find me on my channel, Deej Odyssey, or you can find me on the Hunt Stars playing Jackbox and name that tune, or you can find me here at Chris's or LDG's back room, or Where to Pray Fives, or whoever else lets me up when they click the button to send the link. Yeah, over to Austinator.
All right. Last and certainly not least, it's the Austinator, the Modinator Raider, the perennial dark horse of the Rumble. Austinator, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
Yeah, what's up, guys? First and foremost, please go and follow the Chaos Central Twitter. A lot of fun stuff happening over there. Community posts. We're going to start doing featured creator Fridays, so please go check out the Twitter and go subscribe to the Chaos Central YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can find me on my channel, The Austinator. I do Splash Talk Saturdays, we read fan fiction, and then a bunch of other stuff. You can find me on Chris Knight's channel, The Real View 3000, for the weekly wrap-up, occasionally the weekly Rumble, sorry, not the weekly Rumble, the Rumble. Had to correct myself there. It's gonna take time to get used to. You can find me on Chaos Central for the Bad Batch Roundtable, and occasionally other channels as well. And I also have Twitter at the Austinator 17. So thanks for having me on, Chris, and good luck, everybody on the panel.
All right. Good to see all you guys. Got Jedi Bill now. We got Bone. We got Jason Lee Tucker. I just saw. We got a lot of people there. Guys, please retweet this out. It's my pen tweet. Try to get some more people in here. And let's get to this. And let's just get back to the Rumble as it stands. We're going to go see who starts this round. Let's go to the names. Madmartigan, you are going to start this round. We'll do that. We're going to see what the topic is. Wow, he couldn't have planned this if he tried. With the growing amount of politicians and news media calling for restrictions on free speech / hate speech, would you be for restrictions on what can be said? What would you restrict and why? If you oppose restrictions, are there actions you wish, or are there? That's my fault. Are there actions you wish to be taken, or are there actions you wish to see taken to prevent any new restrictions? And I'll fix the there part because that's my fault. Jesus Christ. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood, isn't it? Jeez. All right. I'll try to read this all one time coherently. With the growing amount of politicians and news media calling for restrictions on free speech or hate speech, would you be for restrictions on what can be said? What would you restrict and why? If you oppose restrictions, are there actions you wish to see taken to prevent any new restrictions? I'll remove that. We'll put that up. Let's see how long you guys had to talk about it. Remember, Mad, Austinator, and Deej, you have a mulligan. If you add 1 minute to any time, you can get double your points. Yeah. So right now we're...
Real quick, it looks like you said erection in the chat.
Well, it split it. Mm-hmm. I can't do anything about how it does it.
You don't want to split those erection people. That's
if you oppose our restrictions. It's restrictions. I can't do anything about that. I will post it again and space it so it doesn't look like that. Restrictions there. That looks a little better, but let's see if it fixes it. Nope, it still did it. Oh well. All right. You got 2 minutes. I'm gonna put 2 minutes on the clock. All right. Do you want to use your mulligan?
No, I'll save it.
All right, you save it. 2 minutes. Time starts now.
Well, so as I mentioned earlier about combating speech with more speech, that is the way that you approach any type of speech that you may oppose, right? Like I said in the last question as well, whenever you deplatform, speech, you're not getting rid of it. You're not making the world a utopia. You're just inflicting your will upon the conversation everyone is having. There's nothing wrong with conversation. Hate speech is not a thing. All right, unless you are calling for action, then you should be allowed to say whatever you want, which is a big reason why there is a push to have Twitter and Facebook be used as a telephone or as by like mail, so that this isn't now. When people say like, well, just because you're not allowed on Twitter doesn't mean anyone is saying that no one's violating your First Amendment right, because you can still go outside and talk, which is very true. Yeah. And Twitter is a private entity. Right. However, the influence that it has on the social conversation that we are having as a society is far more than what you could ever possibly have by just going out into the street and having your opinion heard, right? Especially when it can be used to influence what people are thinking for the worst, right? If if you're suppressing people's speech simply because you don't agree with it, you're wrong. Period. You should allow everyone to say what they want, because if they say dumb shit, one, you know that person's dumb, and two, you will be able to offer a counter argument. There should not be restrictions on free speech whatsoever. Well, other than, if you're calling it action, like what we already have, what we have in place is what should be.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's get the scorecard up here and let's see what the judges have to say. I see a 28 and a 25. That is 53. That makes it 107 points for you currently. Very good. Very good. Putting pressure on Austinator there. And up next, we're going to go to Elihu. Elihu Who, you got 2 minutes on the board. Do you understand the question?
With the growing amount of politicians and news media calling for restriction on free speech, hate speech, what would you be able to restrict on what would be said? Yes, I understand it.
Okay. So, do you want to use your mulligan?
I thought I was taking away mulligan.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Maybe
I was just rubbing it in.
I had, well, if you want to give me one now.
2 minutes on the clock, and your time starts now.
Okay. Many people actually confuse what freedom of speech means. Freedom of speech is make sure that you're actually strongly protected from government restrictions. People also call freedom of speech free speech, which means it's free and public expression of opinions without censorship. But there are some things that free speech does not protect you against. It's called slander. It's called true threats. Free speech does not protect you against this. Basically, defamation, saying something false against somebody, basically telling somebody they're homosexual and they're not, and that somebody's a hardcore Christian and they're offended by this. That's not free speech. That's basic defamation of somebody's character. You cannot. That's not protected by freedom of speech. What should be regulated when that happens is basically you should get like a Twitter timeout jail. Yeah, banned from social media. You just timed off a little bit so nobody can actually hear your negative opinions about something, by calling somebody hate, by inciting violence or inciting hate speech. That should be done. You should not be banned from expressing your opinions. Just mute it for a little bit. Like on my channel, I have a science channel. Somebody wants to be a troll on me. I don't block them. I mute them. Why? Because they have the right to say what they want to say. But if it's uncorrelating with what I'm talking about, yeah, I'm not going to block you from the access, but I will block you from speaking it because it has nothing to do with the relevant situation or the topic at hand. I'm not going to block anybody from access to science. It's knowledge for everybody. Social media should be open for everybody to see and read. But if you're going to call hate speech, if you're going to call violence, if you're going to incite violence, if you're going to basically solicit or commit crimes on there or perjury, no, there should be some kind of actions like a timeout from social media. Don't block you. That's unconstitutional, please.
All righty. Let's see here. Make sure we do this.
Was that a yes or a no about the restrictions?
Yeah, restrictions. Yes, like I said. Twitter
there should be more? No, not Twitter. Because that's a private entity. They're like.
I use it as an example, Mardigan, and I thought we weren't allowed to rebuttal, Chris.
Oh, are we not? I didn't hear that rule.
No, you still can't rebuttal. It's 30 seconds.
Sorry.
I mean,
yeah. Sorry.
But I mean, he just asked a question.
Oh, okay.
You gave an answer. You're for the restrictions, or are you against the restrictions?
I'm for restrictions. Once you use hate speech, yeah.
Fair enough.
Wait, I'm sorry. You want an amendment to the Constitution about hate speech?
I just read you what the Constitution says. The free it's protected from government restrictions.
Right.
That's what the freedom of speech is for. Government restrictions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you want more restrictions on that? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because if you're going to call somebody an asshole, cause defamation of character of somebody, yeah, that can hurt somebody's
public reputation. But if I call you an asshole, that's my opinion.
That can hurt somebody's public reputation and private reputation, which can lead to mental breakdown and a suicide, possible suicide.
And there's already a process. There's already a process to take care of that. It's called civil court. So but you want more restrictions on top of that.
Yes, because somebody can retweet it, copy paste, take a screenshot, retweet. Teenagers do that.
That's fine. All right. 27 and 25, that comes up to 52 to 42. That's 94 points. And let's get Austinator on here. Austinator, you have 2 minutes. Would you like to use your mulligan?
I'm going to save it.
You're going to save it. Fair enough. Darth Hoster, good to see you. Geeks Enjoy. LDG, thank you for being here. I understand you crashed hard. You're good. Don't worry about it. TWTG, good to see you too. Guys, I appreciate everybody that's here. Please retweet the pinned tweet I have on my Twitter at ChrisKnight5150. That's my Twitter. 2 minutes on the board, Austinator. Your time starts now.
When it comes to freedom of speech, I believe it is a basic human right. It's just one of those things you are guaranteed to have as a human being. That's what sets us apart. And we should not have to restrict that, because there's also a thing called common sense. People should have common sense to know not when to say certain things. Now, when we're talking about hate crimes and stuff, absolutely, they should restrict that. Because to me, that is unconstitutional. And to me, I believe that is absolutely unnecessary. I think that when it comes to freedom of speech, should certain words be restricted? Sure. But do I think we should restrict freedom of speech in general? No. Because it's not going to do anything. People are going to still speak their mind anyway. Now, I'm not going to just go up in the street, like go out in the middle of nowhere, or not nowhere, but just like go into an open city and say something horrible. Because, and I think even on Facebook, somebody said on like one of my things I posted, is that if you go into a movie theater and yell out bomb, that's going to cause a lot of trouble. And people should not do that. I agree with that. But the problem is, this is where common sense comes in. If you don't have the common sense to do or say certain things, then yes, you have every right to be not necessarily silenced, but it's one of those things where you also have the right to say, dude, shut the fuck up. Stop being stupid, which is all it's going to come down to, is people need to stop being stupid. Because the more they do this shit, the more they're going to say, yes, we need to restrict it. So people just need to wake up and they need to find common sense.
Okay.
Real quick, by the way, the whole fire in a crowded theater thing, that should not be against the First Amendment. And it's not, because if there is a fire, you need to be allowed to say there is a fire or a bomb. Also, what words would you like to see banned from being used in society?
I would say racial slurs, if anything.
Why?
I think it's because it's Prometheus.
Does it matter who says it? Like, isn't there a difference between me saying the N-word and someone who is black? But we would both be restricted from saying it?
I gotta think about that. I think that what I mean by that is that
you're all dipping into my argument here that I'm about to make.
All right.
It just goes into the basis of hate speech.
That's not a thing.
Okay. Well, let's see what Deej has to say. Let's see here. I got 26 points from Judge 1 and 29 for a total of 55. 5. That's 1. 14. 15. All right. Deej.
Yes, I'm going to use my mulligan.
Okay. Wherever you want to put it. Add a minute. Done. 3 minutes. You ready? Time starts now.
Hell no, we should not be restricting free speech. We should not be adding new rules or anything else. I mean, come on. Who are we going to let decide what these rules should be? What should be considered the hate speech? What could be considered what we shouldn't be able to talk about, or what we should be able to? You're going to let a little small, loud minority that have been basically screwing us over for years now be in charge? of saying what we can and cannot say? Are you going to let some religious group decide what we're going to say or not say? Are you going to let some political party decide what we can or cannot say? No, that's idiotic. You cannot let a small group or even vote on it, because we've seen there are too many people out there that use this system to try and determine what is hate speech and what should not be free speech, just because it hurts their feelings or it doesn't fit their political agendas. You cannot sit there and let somebody in government decide, or you're going to end up being brainwashed basically to one view. And that's not what we're about. This country was never formed on that. We were formed to have free speech. We were founded to be able to speak our minds and let those in charge know that we don't like what they're doing. And we certainly need to do something about these platforms that are not supposed to be acting like they can decide what they can make us say or not say, when they're getting special features to not be able to be sued. That's what you have with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. They can't be sued for things that we say on it. So they're not supposed to act like a publisher. But that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're acting like publishers, deciding what we can and cannot say. We can't speak our minds now. You can't. There's certain subjects that you cannot talk about because they're deemed controversial, and they will nail you for it.
Mad's Mama Bear says, if people get killed over a word, then that word is a problem. That's what
Absolutely
she says.
not. No, a word has never killed anyone. People have always been the problem. It's never been. It's just like religion. People say like religion is the cause of all these wars. No, it's people. Religion is just fine. It's people's interpretation and use of said thing that is the problem. Like, words have never killed anybody in of themselves.
It's the same thing as a gun. A gun doesn't kill a person. The person behind the gun kills the person, right?
Deej, sorry, rebuttal here. Deej said there was no group that actually limits what you said. Actually, there are two groups that actually limit what you say has an influence upon American culture: the MPAA and the FCC. They regulate what can and cannot be said on television and in movies, what can and cannot be shown on television and in movies. They do regulate this.
Yeah, but hold on. Wait, but hold on. In what he's saying, and let's just go with what Mads and Deej are saying, that the the Motion Pictures Association of America, when they do their ratings and stuff, they'll make something rated R if it's got racial slurs in it. It'll do it if there's racial tension or there's stuff where it shows racism in it, because the movies don't hide from racism. Some movies use it. American History X is one of the best examples, I think. And they don't go out of the way to try to make it so they don't show it. They just restrict it to viewers to try to help that, but they don't stop the words from being said.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what.
Why should it be restricted in the first place? If it's out there, then why should it be restricted to certain people to be able to see it or hear it? That's limiting.
It's not even restricted. It is more of a suggestion. Like, I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of rated R movies before I was 17.
I don't know. Theater lets 11-year-old kids go see an R-rated movie nowadays in the theater without any parents.
Yeah. They've always been able to do that if they know what they're doing. So, I mean, anyways. All right, guys, let's see here. Ooh, look at that. Well, wait, Judge 2, you can't give him 55 because it's double points. So Judge 2, are you giving 25 at 25 and an extra 5? Is that what are we doing here? Judge 1 and Judge 2, I need Deej's scores. That's what I need. I need Deej's scores, please. Judge 1 and then Judge 2, please. 26. That's 52. Judge 2. What'd you do? Give him
you added that
26 and a half.
Impressive.
Judge 2.
Yoo-hoo.
Okay, 50. 25. He just gave me a double. So that is 52. That's 102. That makes it 147 is where he's at. But he has no mulligan. No mulligan. All right. That's everybody for that one. Let us go and see who starts the final round. Thomas Potts says Deej is guilty.
Well, at least I'm not cheating.
Austinator, you will be the final start on the last topic, which is going to be something a lot less heavy, I think. Oh, wow. Look at that. Just definitely a lot less heavy. Wow. Did we go and just release the tension on this one? All right, let's see. All right. So did HBO Max waste $30 million on the Snyder Cut? Yo, Master Swag King, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. Did HBO Max waste $30 million on the Snyder Cut? See how long you guys had to talk? This would be the time to use that mulligan if you've got it, unlike Elihu. All right, 1 minute time. I believe that's everything on here. So let's just do this.
And I will use my mulligan.
Ooh, okay. All right, so you want 2 minute time. Let me ask you this. Mads, do you want to use your mulligan?
It's just mad and yes.
Well, you're Madmartigan. You know, I just said, I'm okay. Yeah, fine. I'll say mad.
Yes.
Mad.
Yes.
So yes, you would like to use your mulligan. Fair enough. So Austinator and Mad are going to be using their mulligan, and I will switch the time to 1 minute whenever we get to Deej and Elihu. Austinator, really simple question. Did HBO Max waste $30 million on the Snyder Cut? 2 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
All right, so I'm going to look through it through a couple perspectives first. If you look at it through a fan's point of view, no, they did not waste $30 million because they got what they wanted, especially the people who supported the Snyder Cut. So therefore, no. But if you look at it through WB's point of view, yes, because unfortunately, they're not going to continue with what Snyder's doing. So they're going to take this and they're going to look at it, especially HBO Max. They're going to look at it and they're going to be like, well, this is pointless. And especially with how quickly no one's really talked about it, it's kind of a really coincidental thing. Now, if it comes to me, yeah, they kind of did, because this goes back to what I said earlier. They're not going to continue with what Snyder's doing. It's a great movie, but are they going to even do a Batman movie with Ben Affleck? No. Are they doing a Man of Steel 2? As of right now, no. Are they going to do a Justice League 2 or 3? Maybe in the future, but at the moment, no. They're not going to continue with the Snyderverse. And it all comes down to WB does not like Zack Snyder, which is all it's going to come down to. We know that they don't. They forced him out of Justice League the first time, and they didn't even want this cut to come out. It was AT&T who said, no, let Snyder finish his movie. And when the movie did get published, WB said, nope, we're not continuing with what, it's just a one-off film. After that, they basically cleaned their hands of it. They released a 4K Justice League trailer from 2017. And overall, yes, they did, because after the Flash movie, everything's going to be reset. At least for the most part, anyway. And, Ben Affleck's gone. Everybody's gone. So at this point, there's no reason to even say that this movie was a success. Because even though, yes, it may have been a success critically, I don't think it did the numbers that HBO Max wanted. So Yes, I think they did.
Okay. Very good. All right, let's see here. 29 from Judge 1 for a score of 48. 29. That is 80, 96, 96. Add that on to your current score. If I can find my damn scorecard. There we go. 96. That's Jesus Christ. That's 210? 20, yeah, 210. Stop me if my math is wrong. 210. And up next is Deej. Gonna change it back to 1 minute for you, Deej. And your time starts now. Deej, there you go.
Yeah, did HBO waste? No, they didn't. They didn't waste 30 million because I'm pretty sure they did make the 30 million back just from subscriptions from people that wanted to watch that movie. And it'll carry over that some people will decide to keep it for a while because there's other movies coming out. It was a big draw-in. And as far as the whole Warner Brothers thing, who cares what Warner Brothers thinks? Because people are going to leave in droves now when they sit there and see the crap that Warner Brothers wants to put out now. It's going to put more pressure on them from AT&T because AT&T is going to want to make the big bucks again. And they're going to see all these flops that come out from Warner Brothers afterwards. And they're going to be the ones that have the majority control now at this point. And it's going to force them back to correct their actions.
Okay, hold on here. Let me see here. Eight. Oh, that's right, 116. So what did I say? What did I say originally? I said 100 and what? 100 and I said 96. Okay, so I owe him 20 more points. Yeah, 20 more points. Okay, fair enough.
Judge 1 says 96.
No, that's what I said originally. So let's go over here. So I owe him 20 more points.
Good one, Thomas. All
right. No. I'm not going to use the computer. Jeez. I'm going to take points away from the judges. All right. What did you give him? 25 and 28. 53 points. That is an even 200.
Wait, why did he get double points there?
He didn't. Austinator did because he used his mulligan.
Yeah.
And it's your turn.
All right.
So you're going to get 2 minutes on the board, and your time will start now.
All right. So the question is, like, did they waste the 30 million? Subjectively, I think so, because I didn't want to. Oh man, it was such a struggle to get through 4 hours of slow motion. Cut out the slow motion, it would have been a 30-minute special. But regardless of that, right? As far as objectively, what we can look at is that it had an 8.9% jump in launches of people launching the mobile app, and that's just on the mobile side of things, right? 8.9 since before. So the week it came out, there was an 8.9% jump. There was also 1.48 million more downloads of the HBO mobile app in that week that the Snyder cut came out. Right? And again, this is just mobile, right? So yes, I think it was successful. So no, I don't think it was a waste of $30 million as far as the WB and HBO Max is concerned, and in a financial sense. Fans, I mean, if you liked it, you like it. Snyder, people will love it because they love Snyder, which I think that 300 was an amazing movie. Dawn of the Dead was okay. Anything other than that, whatever. But as far as like, so if you also look at it, there's also the Blu-ray release, which has been sold out like almost immediately. So this isn't even the end of whether or not it is going to be considered a success because it is still providing them a revenue, right? With the Blu-ray release, and there's going to be other things that they can make money off of the Snyder Cut. So no, it wasn't a waste of money whatsoever. People can assume that or think that because, again, a lot of these numbers are coming from third-party companies as well because HBO Max and WB, they're not going to release any numbers whatsoever. And that's not because of Snyder Cut directly, but it's to protect them from some of the other ones that may have bombed or, would not be flattering to the platform itself. So no, it was not a waste of $30 million. Period.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I'll let the judges do that while I change the time back to 1 minute. And let's get the scorecard up here. 27, that's 44, that's 54. And 25, that's 50. So it's 104. Oops, let's do this. 211. And Elihu, 1 minute. Your time starts now.
Okay. They did not waste $30 million. They invested $30 million in what fans had to create and called for and cried for. I mean, they actually, for once, listened to the damn fans. Hello. I mean, without this Snyder Cut here, we would never have got an inside look into Mr. Cyborg himself. Fisher, come on. You get to see why he was angry in the first place. I love this in-depth characterization that Snyder incorporated into this movie. I mean, you get the flash sequences. I mean, of course, you got to have a little slow motion sequence of the flash because you got to slow it down for everybody for flashpoints. But the way they actually did this, the flash, we actually watched in 2.5 speed. When he's saving people, he actually stops it and just sitting there and just thinking about what's he going to do next. Like, you actually see them in that pause the screen. That was a great investment in the special effects. They did not waste a damn cent. The best one ever. Which had 2 minutes. What, Chris?
You had one because you did not have a mulligan.
I know.
All right. Really quick here. Judge one. Okay, there you go. So righty, go up here. All right. The final score, ladies and gentlemen, is as such. I will go back and double check before I leave the StreamYard link. I will go back and double check that all my scores are correct. And this is the final tally that I have. Austinator with 230, Mad with 211, Deej with 200, and Elihu Who with 147.
I got over 100. Woohoo!
You're like surprised there. So, Mr. Austinator, why don't you say congratulations to everybody else and tell everybody why you won?
Okay. First of all, congratulations to everybody on the panel. If I could meet you guys in person, I would shake you guys' hands for being good sports. And I think the reason why I won is because of my education, and I think that being in college has enhanced my thinking, and it has made me brainiac levels of smart. Now, I'm not saying I'm smart, but I think I'm smart in the sense of I know what I'm talking about, I think. I don't know. I don't speak English good, but to overall say this, you guys are awesome. Thank you for this incredible experience. This is my first weekly Rumble win. So, you know what? I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to savor this moment.
All right. Well, let's go around and have everybody talk about themselves and where they can be found and all that. Mad, we'll have you start. Tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found. And start talking about the Ginger Cabal and how this was robbed and stolen from you.
No, like I mean, clearly there's some biases with the judges, but that's to be seen who they are. I don't have any hopes of like not having an unbiased opinion because one, like Elihu just fanned out on the fucking Snyder cut for a whole minute.
I wanted to. Come on,
I gave actual statistics on my point, and yet we get almost identical scores. Like, sure, okay. Yeah, you can find me on my channel on Saturdays 3 p.m. We do street spots. It's a very special Miami connection episode, and there's some artwork Yetcha did for us.
That is awesome.
Right?
Yeah, that looks really, really fucking awesome.
So we're excited about that. I don't know how to get this off of my screen, but oh wait, hold on, here we go. Sorry, I'm using OBS. I'm not used to using OBS, so I'm still learning the ropes. Anyway, that's it.
Thank you for being here, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Up next, man, I've been waiting 3 months to be on here. You asked me to be on the show like in last year. I shit you not, last year.
Yeah, that's not a lie.
So glad to be back.
Oh geez, yeah, no, it was a long time, and I'm going to try to be better at it. I appreciate you guys being so patient. The two of you who were on the original panel, the other two I think died waiting. Elihu Who, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
Oh, okay. I am Schrodinger's YouTuber because I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I can be found especially Wednesdays at 12 noon on my show called What's With the Universe, where we talk science, astronomy, astrophysics, all the good stuff up there on the space. And I can also be found sometimes on the Chaos Central, part of the Chaos Crew, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Join us. We got Chris over here. We got Austinator sometimes. If he decides to slide on in. You never live that down, dude.
I never will.
Sometimes I can be found randomly whenever JJ Sithor 7 his number again. Has random chats. I forget his number, dude. Sorry, too many numbers. We're not good at math here. Like I said, I'm Schrodinger's YouTube. I can find everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So if you want to find me when I'm live, ring that bell. Find anybody else when they're live, click that bell on our little subscription buttons after you subscribe.
All right, up next is Deej Odyssey. Deej, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
I'm Deej. You know where to find me.
In hell.
Ooh. Austinator, tell everybody about yourself one last time, please.
Yeah, everybody go and follow the Chaos Central Twitter. Featured Creator Fridays will be happening tomorrow, and also a bunch of fun stuff like polls and community posts. And you'll also be updated on when anybody streams or uploads. Go and check that stuff out. And I have my own YouTube channel. Actually, tomorrow I'm thinking about doing a little bit of a kind of like a listen along where we're gonna listen to some music. So I don't know what kind of music.
Taken down.
No, well, we're not gonna listen. Like, I'll have another StreamYard open. Like, I'll figure it out. That way, YouTube does not, beat me up. But otherwise, I also have Twitter as well. So if you guys want to go follow me there at the Austinator17, you can be updated when I stream or when I'm doing something. I'm now going to update my Twitter bio to now say one-time Weekly Rumble champion. So I'm very happy now I can change it.
All right. And last but not least, for sure, we're going to bring our judges on here. Judge number one, Miss Judge Judy, or who are you? Reveal yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Is that Tim?
He's the boss, applesauce.
It's Tim. It's Tim.
How you doing, guys? Okay, now as far as my critique on these commentaries, I started out at the 30 points, and then I docked points as I saw fit. One of the things I've noticed, a lot of things I docked on was stuttering. I noticed a lot of stuttering. So I just nipped a point here and there whenever I heard stuttering. No more than 5, though.
I'm glad that I'm glad my traumatic brain injury really played a part into.
Jesus!
Well, hold on.
No, it does affect my speech.
I understand that. I understand that.
But I didn't know that. Aside from that, now, Matt, your rebuttals actually knock down some points on
How?
people you questioned. So like
How does that affect my points?
No, not your points, their points.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Because what I did was I listened to your question, and it's something. It was things that I missed. So like when you questioned, oh God, now you got to remind me what you questioned people on. Well, anyways, basically when you question people on what they were saying, like about freedom of speech, it made me realize that there were some things I missed, and that maybe the topic wasn't. They didn't stay on topic as much as I thought they would. So I did bring it down a little bit because of that. So that did play an effect. So I was trying to be as fair as I could.
Agreed, Dandelion.
And last,
that's right. Deducting for people who have speech impediments. Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I would expect none less from anybody else because I have terrible speech impediments.
and judge number 2, the tough nut to crack. Who is it?
You suck, bitches!
Hey,
That
JJ.
didn't help me.
Oh shit. JJ.
JJ, Sith Lord
I call
3827 is
that
judge
shit.
number 2. And LDG was supposed to be here, but he had a rough go of it, so he had to take a nap, and I understand that completely. I appreciate him being in the chat. But I appreciate my 2 judges. I appreciate all my panelists. Hopefully you guys like the revisions. Matt, I expect the form and triplicate that you're going to file against this show.
No, it's getting there, man. You're improving the show. It's
I'm
getting better.
trying. It's a nonstop try. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I will look forward to having some of you back. Double rigged. That's right.
I got a question.
Some of you back.
How come Elihu didn't have a mulligan? Everybody else did. Why didn't he have one?
Because he lost it. He lost
it's the
it in
first
the wild
spin.
card.
Yeah.
Oh,
The wild card took it from him, so that's why he was automatically disadvantaged. Which
Did-
that happened.
did-
that's a massive.
Did
Never
that
got picked for the
points-
wild card before, and I finally got picked, and it's a lose mulligan.
Deduct
And-
points from Tim for not paying attention to the beginning of the show.
But yet he was a judge.
I'm really hungry, guys.
He was.
Serious shit, ain't it?
Hey, it wasn't my job to pay attention to who lost the mulligan, okay? My job to divvy out goddamn points.
That's where you're right.
Anyways,
And I still say it's rigged because there's still no damn Doctor Who question that I've.
Ego check.
Let's start over, shall we?
you were a last minute replacement. So next time
I'm
I will
always
have
last
you on
minute.
the no.
I'm
Next
always
time you'll
last
be
minute.
next time you will be on the panel, and your Doctor Who question will be there. I still have it. I've not used it.
Yeah,
Just
you
for
can count me out
you.
of that one. I don't give a shit about Doctor Who. Everything I know about Doctor Who comes.
Madmartigan and Deej are on that panel
And
for
when
sure.
LDG's on, it's that.
I'm disappointed in every last one of you. You let Austinator say polls and no one got him for it.
Well, because I'm not
I wasn't
12.
paying attention, man.
Come on, bro. We're here to have fun.
And I was actually staying quiet and letting people answer their
Ready for
questions.
polls, too.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right. With that said, guys, I am Chris Knight. This has been the Real Review 3000 and the Rumble, as I now call it. New season, new rules. Season 2, episode 1 was a success. I appreciate every last one of you that was in the chat. Hope to see more of you next time.
You
Yes,
call
sir.
it the Rumble because it's like every 7 months.
Yes. Oh, I
That's a
did
great
change it from the weekly so I can try to focus on getting the panel and get everything ready and actually do it before 7 months. So put it on your calendar next year in July. You'll be on again.
Your math is very
Okay.
impressive. Like you add shit up, man. Like
We know no math on this panel here.
All
Yeah.
right,
You're out next time.
everybody.
Game, you've got some sort of addition problem.
If I were in charge, and I am,
That's what happens when you start talking shit about this. No. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. All my panelists, the judges. Thank you very much. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm not saying.
Goodbye.
Please remember to like,
subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and The Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach The Ego, use the Twitter handle @TheEgo5150. We would like to thank the generous members of The Real Review 3000. Those members are Jesse Ritchie, JJ, aka SithLord3827, Lady Tariel, Yvette, Abraham Morales, and Anzo of Biggerford Entertainment. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at The Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For more information on how to become a member, click the join button below.